That is, we are depending upon a type of topology, these number of devices are going to be connected in different manner. Okay, that is about the network and its topologies. Okay, that is, with the help of this particular link, we are going to linking the more number of devices in terms of topology. The topology is going to defining the case the relation between the link and linking devices. Whatever the devices we connected to the different number of nodes, with the help of a particular topology, we are going to interconnecting those number of different nodes with the help of a particular single network link. Okay, meanwhile, we can say that we are going to form a networking environment with the help of these particular topologies. We can say that a system is going to be operated with the help of that particular different network linking. Okay. Okay. Now, today, what we are going to see is when you are completed establishing a networking environment in a particular system. Suppose, depending upon the domain, if you are going to making an environment, already at the introduction class, we studied that this particular networking environment must have a protocol and at the same time must have some a standard. Okay. Okay. What is the definition we given at the introduction class for protocol? What is meant by protocol?
Set of instructions.
Okay. Fine. So we given the a set of instructions or easily we are representing it as a set of rules. Okay, now we are going to see that this particular set of rules in this particular network linking and networking environment, what is the protocol? How we are going to establish this particular protocol? Or in other words, we can say that whatever the set of rules we have to establish in terms of protocol, what are the rules you have to define or what are the rules you have to establish that in order to satisfy a particular protocol. And at the same time, a protocol in the sense, depending upon this particular networking environment, wherever you are going to using that is in the different domains, every domain is going to having the different types of protocols. That is the set of rules for all the networking environment is not going to be the common. Suppose if you are going to see that a banking networking environment between the user and the banking system, the networking environment and rules are different. That is, every between user and banking, we are going to maintain an ID and the password and a for an OTP. Like that, we are having different types of protocols. Suppose if you are going to performing a data acquisition system, that is, if you are going to transfer a particular data from one node or one entity to another entity. So in that we can say that whether this particular data is defined or not, and how much data we are going to transfer, is it we are going to transfer in secure manner or not. So all those rules we are going to establish. So depending upon this particular networking environment, whatever the protocol we are saying, the set of rules, what are the rules we have to establish in terms of a protocol for every network link and networking environment. So that we are going to see today, that is the set of rules. What are the rules we have to establish? And at the same time, already I told that for different application, for different domain or for different sector, the rules may changes. But commonly, they are going to establishing a common thing. The intention is the data has to be transferred, but with the help of some defined rules, the data is going to be transferred. So a protocol means type. The nature of this protocol is going to be changing from sector to the sector, from environment to the environment. But whatever the rules we are going to establish are to be satisfied by every type of a networking environment. Okay, so that particular rules, whatever we are establishing, that going to be available for that is going to be implemented in terms of banking sector also and in terms of data sector also. That means we are going to say that some predefined rules you have to establish, and that rules are going to be configured, are going to be characterized according to the type of environment where we are going to use that particular protocol. So now, what is the way we are going to define the a set of rules? But before going to establish this particular set of rules, you should know what is the type of data we are going to handle. Already told that as we are going to establish a networking environment in different domains, the data to be handled is going to be changes, isn't it? So you should know that what is the usual data format we are going to giving while you are establishing a networking environment. That means already we given we are having a different type of data forms. That is in the form of numbers also we can send the data, and in the form of text we can send the data. Okay, only we define. Can anyone tell me the remaining data forms?
Image,
Yes, nice. And next,
video,
or video. Okay, these are the different types of data forms may possible. Okay, we are going to consider a few. Of course, we are having also, we can categorize that the text in the sense it may be the language different, or it may be the coding or the encode like that. We can also categorize that, but mainly we are going to define a few data formats. There is numbers or the text of images or audio and video. So the protocol to be followed by this particular numbering system may be different, and the protocol followed by this is also going to be different, and it is also going to be different. So everyone in the networking environment, whatever the data is transmitting, everyone is going to be having its own protocol. So for this, as we are going to say that all these particular different data items are going to be exhibiting at different types of protocols, but the rules, whatever the rules we are going to establish, there may be the common, that may be the common for all these different types of protocols. That means, suppose let us say that a protocol must have a syntax. The first thing we should define for every any type of data transfer, whatever may be the numbers or the text or images or the audio or video, we should define that a syntax. Okay, what is meant by the syntax? Thus, what is the general meaning of a syntax? As anyone?
prototype of a course,
Okay, fine. As any more? Okay, see, whatever the general ideas we are having for about any term, just express that way, because for a particular concept, by defining number of definitions, we can understand easily that particular concept. So whatever you know about anything, uh, it may helpful to the others. While giving that particular synonym to that particular term, it may help to your friends once you know the meaning of a particular term. Because in here, the syntax in the sense, we can say that a prototype means, we can say that a structure. So what is the meaning of a syntax or a structure in the sense is, suppose let us consider a numbers means, if you are going to transferring the data in terms of ones and zeros, and I want to transfer a specified data, let us say that 111 and 0. Okay, this is the data I want to transfer from one node to the another node in networking environment. So what is the format we given? That is, we given that 1110. That means here I am defining that the size of the data, how much data I'm going to transfer, and the content of information is also there. That is why, because we are having a specified content for one, and we are having some specified content to zero. Of course, even though we are not having any information the zero, the content of information is going to be changes in this particular data. That means we have to specify that message what we are going to transfer. We have to define the content also, and at the same time, this particular syntax has to define the address also. That means from where to where we are going to transfer. So as we are going to transfer a data from one node to the another node, from where we are going to start our data transmission and to where we have to transfer the data transmission. That means we can say that an address we have to define. So a syntax in a sense, it should define the a structure of an information which has the size, or we can say that the shape or the content, what is the actual message is there, what is the maximum information is there, and at the same time the address where we are going to transfer. Suppose if you are having 1110 and 0001, we can say that the first two bits are going to representing the starting address, and the next four bits are going to be the desired data what I am going to transfer, and the last two bits are going to be representing the receiver address. Like that, also we can represent an information. So whatever the information we are going to transfer, in that particular information, everything is to be available. That is, from where we are going to transfer, what is the desired data, what is the size it has, what is the actual content size we are having, and where we are going to transfer the data. So with some structure, with some syntax, we have to define. That is the first rule we have to establish while you are making a protocol. So a syntax in a sense, it is going to the structure, everything is going to be defined. And after defining the syntax, the next what I'm going to do is, okay, we define the size and we given the content, but we specified the address also where I'm going to transfer. Suppose if this particular address is not found, if this address is not found, that means the data transmission is started through network link, but this particular address is not going to be found. That means there is no meaning of your information. Means that the next thing what I'm going to define in the protocol is, I'm going to say that the semantics, where the semantics are going to be are going to defined as what is the actual meaning of the terms what we defined in your syntax. That is the size is enough size to transmit the network link, is the message is the secured one, is it going to be transferred to the network link, at the same time is this address whatever the address we specified, is it available really or not, or if it is a default address, is it or not. Suppose if this particular address is not going to be found, okay, we are having a mailing system. So for the mailing system, we are having a syntax, that is, we should define the receiver mail. We should know the receiver mail. We have to type the receiver mail, and you should specify the subject. At the same time, you should specify the content. What is the matter you are going to transfer? So this is the general mailing system. So in the internet protocol, what is the mailing system, how we are going to sending the information through that network is, we are going to giving the receiver mail and we are going to giving the subject and the content we are giving. Suppose if the receiver mail is not going to be found, then automatically that already whatever the rules we are having to send a mail, already we followed that. So these are the rules we have to follow in order to send a mail. What is the thing, what is the minimum we have to maintain? We have to know the receiver mail, we should mention the subject, we should write some message, what is the message you want to transfer this particular mail. So everything I mentioned, that means the minimum criteria I followed. So what is the minimum criteria you are following to establishing to send an information from one node to the another node is nothing but the syntax we are following. So it is one of the criteria you should maintain in the protocol. So in designing the different rules in the protocol, first of all what we are going to giving is the a syntax system. Syntax in the sense the minimum requirement you should specify in order to establish the connection. Next, once the syntax is given, after sending your mail, if the receiver mail is if the receiver address is not found, if the receiver mail is wrong, what is the message we are going to get? Usually in your mailing system, if that particular mail id is not available, if that mail address is not found, what is the error we are getting? What is the usual error we are getting when you are having the failure in your mailing system? Oh, I think anyone still now you don't have any problem in your mailing system, right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. Nice. So you don't have any problems till now in your networking environment, in your internet protocol, in the mailing system. Okay. Suppose if you are if there is a fault in your mail, in the receiver mail, or if that particular address is not found, Even though we followed the syntax, what is the problem we are going to get is this particular data will not be delivered, and again we are going to get the acknowledgement that the address is not found. Why? Because whatever the address you specified there is not correct. Whatever the address you given that, it is not correct. So that's why the receiver cannot receive that particular information, and as this particular address is not found, again we are going to get acknowledgement that we are having the fault in the address identification. This particular address is not identified and this address is not recognized. Means that whatever the things you specified, the receiver, the size, content, and address, everything in your syntax, that should have a meaning, and at the same time that should be reliable. So the reliability of this particular syntax or the meaning of this particular syntax can be defined with the term the semantics. So every protocol must have the syntax and it should be followed by the semantics also. Isn't it? And next thing, what is another important thing is once you define all these things, the syntaxes and the semantics and all, when this particular data is going to be started at a transmission, at the same time, whether all the message, whether the complete content is delivering to your desired address or not, that is one more thing we are going to see. And one more thing, what is the rate at which rate the data is available and at which rate the data is transferring to your node. Okay, that means we're also going to check another one in your protocol, that is the timing also is also to be measured. Why? Because here suppose already I mentioned that in your complete 8-bit data only I am having 4-bit of information. So what is the size of the data I given? Only 4-bit. So whether the 4 bits are going to be transmitted within the given amount of time, that is also important. And at the same time, suppose if these 4 bits are going to be available at 10 Mbps, if these bits are going to be transferred at the rate of 10 Mbps, and if the transferred data rate is occurring at 1 Mbps, so what is the error we are going to get? The available data rate is more, but the transferring the data rate, that is, it is not going to utilizing the complete rate of data transfer, even though it is available at the megabits per second, but it is implemented at 1 megabits per second. It is available at 10 bits per second, but it is implemented as 1 megabits per second. Mean what is that? Actual available rate is this, but implemented rate is this. That means we are having the problem in calculating the timing analysis. So if you are specified the syntax and the semantics, if all those contents is going to be completed within the stipulated amount of time or not, that is also one rule you have to establish. And again we have to check that in order to satisfy that particular protocol, there is a timingness, although we can say that is a timeliness. Means that when the data has to be transferred and what is the size of the data we are going to transfer, at which rate the data is transferring, is it same as that of the available rate or it is somewhat different with the available rate, that is also to be measured. So then after calculating all these things, then we are going to say that yes, it is following the protocol. Suppose if it has to transfer at 10 Mbps, means what is the rule we given that at whatever the rate it is available, at that rate it has to transfer. But it is transferred at a different rate, means that it violated the protocol. It violated that particular rule. What is the rule we given that whatever the time it has to be, it is established at that particular time instant only, that has to be delivered. So if there is a variation in your delivery time, automatically means that it is violating the protocol. Means that this particular networking environment is not going to be obeying all the rules what we are given or what we are established at the stage of designing a networking environment. Okay, like that we are going to design these particular a set of rule for every protocol. But commonly, suppose if your data available in terms of numbers, or if it is available in terms of text, or it is available in terms of images, text is also going to following the syntax, semantics, and timing. So what I'm going to say is, listen carefully, whatever may be the type of the data transfer we are having, the protocol structure is going to be changes, but the terms, these particular rules, these particular set of rules are going to be the common for all these particular type of data. Suppose for numbers, I studied that the syntax in the sense, this is the structure it may has. That is 11100 and 01. This is the structure it may have, syntax it may has in your numbering system. Suppose if it is the text data we are transferring, so what is the syntax we are going to follow? Suppose if it is a text message, what is the text syntax we are giving is, Suppose we are going to giving a special characters as to define a starting address and a message. Let us say a simple English word, that is a word I'm giving, and I'm going to giving another address like this, that is a dollar and ampersand symbol. So here we are going to follow some syntax, isn't it? And at the same time, these are to be recognized, and at whatever the data we are given, the data that has to be transferred. Similarly, if you go for the images, so images in the sense, this particular image should have a specified size and shape. At the same time, this particular image must have some meaningful information, isn't it? Suppose if you are going to transfer a scanned image of a human body, then that particular image should have some meaningful information, isn't it? That means what is the protocol we are establishing to transfer these particular images? Every image must have some syntax, in the sense it should have size, shape, and at the same time some content is there. At the same time, this particular image has to define some time interval. In that particular time interval, the data is to be transferred from one node to the another node. Like that, we have to define the different rules for this particular imaging system also. So whatever may be the type of the data we are transferring from one node to the another, the set of rules we are going to place are common for all these particular data transferring schemes. But every data transferring scheme must obey or must follow this particular set of rules. Okay, so then only we are going to making this particular networking environment. Even though we are making network in the and different networking environment with the help of bus technology, mesh, star, and all. If you are making that networking environment, but all these particular networking environment must obey all these particular rules. Then only this particular protocol is going to be said that it is a reliable protocol. Then we can implement the data a communication. This is about a protocol. Now, the next thing is, already we told that the environment must have some standard. Okay, that is a standard in the sense. Okay, here just we'll relate the protocol with the standard. Okay, okay. What is the meaning of the what is the meaning for protocol? We given that a rule. We given that. Okay, or an instruction or a specified command. We given that. Okay, that is these are also the commands. That is, this particular one should have the syntax and the semantics, and it should follow the timing also. Okay, so we given that rule. Suppose if this rule is a agreed rule, then we can say that it is come under one standard. Suppose if this rule is violating the fundamental rules, that is, if it is not agree, then we can say that it's not come under standard. That means for that protocol we are not having a standard, isn't on it? Okay, we will consider simple example. That is, okay, whatever the present trend is running, that is the coronavirus. We are having the two medicines for that corona, that is the Covishield and a Covaxin. Okay, for which one we got the approval officially? Does anyone knows about this or not?
Both.
Yes. Which one is having approval in all the countries? Suppose if
Covaxin,
any,
sir.
okay, okay. I think most of you are not having the awareness on your coronavirus. Even though it is affecting us more, we don't have the awareness on the coronavirus. Okay, leave it simple. Suppose if any medicine is came into exist to prevent any disease, so according to the laboratory rules and according to the standard, that medicine is came into existence. Okay, that is with the help of the predefined rules in the sense, what is the composition you have to use in order to making a medicine, what is the composition you have to make, that you are going to follow. Okay, so that is come under rule, that is going to be followed. But here we are going to check that whether it is helpful to the society or whether it is an harmful to the society. Suppose if it is helpful to the society, it is going to be agreed, that particular medicine is going to be agreed, and then we can say that it is having some standard. Suppose if it is not helping the society, at the same time it is going to be harmful to the society, that particular rule is not going to be agreed, and then we are going to say that it's not come under a standard, isn't it? So the establishment of the rule is nothing but making a protocol environment in the networking system, and whether that particular rule is going to be agreed or not in order to reach all the requirements of a networking environment. So if that particular rule or the protocol is going to be agreed, then we are going to say that it is having some standard. Otherwise it is not having the a standard. Suppose in your education system also, if the university is implemented some rules, suppose if any student got more than 70, then we are going to give the grade as A, and 70 to 60 I'm going to give the grade as B, and 60 to 50 I'm going to give the grade as C. Suppose if the university is going to giving that if any student get greater than 10, all the students are going to get the grade of A. Is this condition is acceptable? Is this condition is acceptable? If anyone got more than 10, all are come under category of A. Is it acceptable by all the students? Am I audible to you, all of you or not? Hello?
Audible, sir.
Okay, I'm not asking an interview question. Is the grading system is acceptable with the student, or a common rule who are getting the more than 10 marks, all are come under A? Is it acceptable by the student?
That's
Yes?
not acceptable.
Yes, it is going to be the acceptable. That means once you implemented one rule, there should be some meaning in that particular rule. That means if you are having a meaningful protocol, if you are implemented some specified and acceptable and agreeable rule, then we can say that it is having some standard. Suppose if any system came like this, that is we are not having a meaning for this. So more than 10, all the students are going to get in grade, in the sense it is not going to be acceptable. So there we can't distinguish we can't differentiate the talent of the students with this particular system. So with this only we can differentiate the talent of the student, isn't it not? So like that, if any rule is implemented, that particular rule should be acceptable, should be agreed. So like that, whatever the protocol we are establishing in a network environment, whether that particular protocol is to be allowed for the data communication or not. So when we are going to decide that particular protocol is going to be meant for data communication or not, is whether it is satisfying the standards or not. If that particular protocol is satisfying the standards, then only that particular protocol can be implemented in your networking environment. If it is not come under the standard, then we are going to change, or we are going to reconfigure that protocol again, and then we are going to check whether that particular protocol is come under which standard, and then we are going to continue for the purpose of a data communication. So that is the relation between the protocol and a standard. So whatever the rules we are implemented in the protocol, all the things should be satisfied by all the people, that is by a particular standard. So based on that particular standard, we are going to decide that whether it is applicable for the data communication or not. So similarly, for the networking environment also, there are some standards. So based on that standards only, we are going to take the protocols of the networking environment. Okay, we will see the different standards. What are the standards we are having? Suppose let us consider an ITU, that is International Telecommunication Union. It is one of the standard which is applicable for the telecommunication networking, which is applicable for a telecommunication networking. So what are the terms and conditions in usual telecommunication networking is the base station, and at the same time the transmitter station, receiver station. At the same time, based on the distance, we are going to connecting the number of cables and the message or the data transfer. Suppose if you go for the wireless cellular and mobile communication, the operating frequency is going to different when you are going to converting from one zone to the another zone or one region to the another region. Like that, this particular some union or some committee is regularized, a committee that is an international telecommunication union. Suppose if you are making that a networking protocol which is going to be satisfied by this particular standard, then we can go, then this particular protocol or this particular telecommunication protocol can be implemented in your society. Suppose if that particular networking telecommunication protocol is not satisfying the requirements of this, then it cannot be available in your market, or it cannot be implemented in your society. So when we are going to taking into the existent into the society, any networking environment is, every networking environment must satisfy some standard. If that is not having the standard, okay, of course, we can say that some standardized organizations are there and some are that is non-standardized organizations are also there. Okay, how can we categorize the standardized and non-standardized is like our the COVID medicine, that is in some countries if you are taking the vaccine of the Covaxin, it is not going to be available, but the both Covishield and the Covaxin are meant for the disease of the coronavirus, but they are not they are not having a stamp marker. So where at anywhere we can utilize that either Covaxin or the Covishield. So we don't have that such type of prompt. We are having the condition that is the Covishield is going to be available in all the countries, but for few countries the Covaxin is going to be available. That means we are not having the complete approval for that particular medicine. So you should get an approval by all the forums or by all the organizations. So through worldwide, whatever the thing you are implemented, whatever the rule you design, whatever the protocol you given, it should be approved by the country, approved by the world organization, or it should be approved by the committee or governed by, suppose approved by the government of India. Means that within an India we can use that, we can go for that particular protocol. So if it is not satisfied that particular standard, it cannot be used in that particular society. So some other somewhere we can use that particular protocol, but it is not cannot be implemented in the society who are living in India. Why? Because it is not having the approval from the government of India. Means that when we are going to giving the approval, when it is satisfied that particular standard, that is, it is going to check everything. Is it available, and is it helpful to the society? At the same time, it is not going to be the harm to the people. Everything is going to be checked, and then it is going to giving a trademark, or it is going to giving the stamp like a standard. If it is not having a standard, it is not going to be implementable. So like that, a protocol in the sense, whatever the rules we established in making a networking environment, it should satisfy some standards. So relevant to all the categories, we are having a different types of standards. So only for the telecommunication networking, what is that we are having is the ITUT, that is the internet telecommunication. So whatever the principles it has, every protocol we are implementing, we are establishing, it should satisfied by this particular standard, then only this particular protocol is going to be acceptable. So simply what we are saying is a protocol is nothing but a rule, and it should be agreed rule, that is, it should be acceptable. If it is acceptable, then we are going to say that it is reaching the standards. If it is not acceptable, it's not reaching the conditions of the standard. So once it is not reaching the standards, that is, we can't produce that particular product into the market. Okay, so once if it is reached the standard, then only they will give the permission to release that particular product or to run that particular networking environment in a market. Okay, like that we are going to check that every protocol whether it is reaching the standard or not. That is regarding your telecommunication networking. Okay, now we are going to see another most leading old organization, that is an IEEE, that is which is relevant to our technical environment, that is an IEEE standard. Yes, anyone can tell me the expansion of this IEEE? Okay, no students ready to say something. Once the faculty is asked the question, no student is ready to answer something. Does any one of you know about this or not? Have you heard the term?
Yes, sir. Tom విన్నాం కానీ దాన్ని తెలియదు సార్ మాకు.
Okay. Does anyone? Okay, it's a brand term. Okay, we can say that it's a brand of our technical environment, but it is for both electrical and electronic. That is Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers. Suppose if you are designed, that means of course we are also having another union, that is another institution is also there, that is of institution of engineers. If any engineer invented anything, or if any engineer implemented a particular rule in making something, that should be get approval by any one of these technical institutions, that is either by Institute of Engineers or Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers. Means that if that particular product is not having having the permission in order to access that particular networking environment, means that that particular product is not reaching the standards of this particular IEEE and IA. Look, and one thing is, if that particular product anything is going to be acceptable by this particular IEEE, it's the most leading organization in the world. So once you accept us from this IEEE, we can go for that particular protocol, or we can use that particular protocol at anywhere. So like that, from domain to the domain, we are having the different types of standards. So every protocol must has to satisfy some standard. Okay. Suppose if you go for the languages, there is the programming languages. Okay, already we know that ANSI C. What is meant by the ANSI C? This particular C programming language is having the standard of ANSI. What is meant by ANSI? Again, same thing. Silence. So for developing of any programming languages, or for developing of any educational things, it is going to be checking the an ANSI standard. What is the ANSI standard? Is American National Standard Institute. So everything is going to be checked by this particular ANSI, and if it is going to be acceptable, then it can may have the permission to release into the a product. So wherever we are going to implementing these particular protocols, this particular networking environment, everything has to be checked by some standard. Okay, that means once you are making that protocol, directly we are not going to release that, and at the same time directly we are not going to implementing in the networking environment. Again, it is going to be checked by some other some standard. It is going to be checked by some committee members. That is, the committee members in the sense they formed some forum, they formed some a committee, or they say they formed some organization. So that organization is going to be responsible to check over all the protocols, whether these can be implemented in your networking environment or not. So that is the meaning of a standard, and we are having different types of standards like that. We are having an ISO standard also. That is now the trend is an ISO standard. What is meant as international organization of the standards? Means that it is going to be meeting all the requirements of your of the people who are living in the society. So then it is going to be everything is going to be checked by this particular ISO organization, and if it is helpful to the society, then it will be released. Means that each and every protocol like that in the networking environment is going to be checked by this particular organization or by the standards, and then we can go for that particular networking environment. So whatever the terms we said here, the syntax and the semantics and the timing, these should be meaningful. That means these are not going to be the user dependent. These are going to be the dependent on the standards. That is, we are having a specific standards are there, regarding that related to that particular standards only we have to establish the protocols. Okay, this is about making the a proto making uh, meaningful or the reliable protocol in making the networking environment. At the same time, that particular networking environment should come under one standard. Then only we are going for the computer networking environment in any domain. It may be in banking or the medical, anything. Okay, this is somewhat about the protocols and standards, and that too it is about today's class. And so many of you are not interested to interact with the faculty member who is giving the class. So once we ask the question, it's better to give the meaning for that. Then it will be interactive. Keeping silence in the sense, okay, continuously saying the lecture by the faculty member, in the sense we are giving the chance to sleep by the student. If you have any queries, you can ask.